Good morning. It is 9:12. We appreciate you watching Minnesota Live. We show you the Duluth Aerial Lift Bridge quite often here on Minnesota Live. It is an iconic landmark, and it welcomes people there to the Northland.
But did you know its look makes it one of the most unique bridges in the world, folks? Here to explain more about its creation and its history is the author of Duluth's Aerial Bridge and the canal that it crosses. We have Tony Dierckins here. Hi, Tony. Welcome.
Good morning.
I'm so excited to chat with you about this bridge. As mentioned, because we take it all the time. It's so iconic. People know and love this bridge and love nothing more than to stand on the shores and watch as it lifts up and the ships come in, or that kind of thing. I want to start with the very beginnings of this, though. I mean, the bridge started, like most things do, kind of out of a need. So talk to us a little bit about the canal and the need for passing over Minnesota Point and how it all began.
Yeah, they like to tell people that there wouldn't be a bridge if there wasn't a canal to cross in the first place. And the canal came about in 1870 for the first time because the only way, there we have a photo of it being dug here, the only way into the safe waters behind Minnesota Point was 7 miles away in Superior. So it added 14 miles, and the ship captains were, why won't we just stop and do business in Superior? So to get business to come to Duluth, and once the railroad came to Duluth, we dug the ship canal. And there's a great myth behind it, too. They say that Superior tried to get an injunction to stop the digging of the canal. So Duluth got together 100 stout men with shovels and pickaxes, and in less than 24 hours, they dug the canal by hand. And when the injunction arrived on Monday morning, the canal was dug, and there was nothing the government could do about it. That is Duluth's creation myth, really. And the creation myth of all of it, it was dug by a dredge, of course, but it was a great story. And it took until the 1870s, it took 35 years before we bridged the canal. People living on the south side of the canal on Minnesota Point, later Park Point, would have to take ferries back and forth across the canal and businesses to get things across the canal because it's a government canal, right? And its job is for commercial shipping to get through. So the aerial bridge in Duluth, its first job isn't to get people over and across the canal. It's to not be in the way of shipping traffic in the canal. That's why it lifts up and out of the way. That's job one for the bridge, to get out of the way. Job two is to bring people back and forth over Minnesota Point.
So is there beef between Duluth and Superior over the fact that they dug that canal and, theoretically took a lot of business away?
It really suspended Superior's growth until the railroad reached them in the early 1880s. And there were lawsuits by both the state of Wisconsin and the city of Superior against Duluth for like 7 years. But Duluth went bankrupt in 1877 and the federal government took over. So once it became the federal government, they weren't going to let Wisconsin or Superior shut down the ship canal, right? So that's what happened there.
Okay, can we talk a little bit about the bridge? Before the bridge that we know today, it was an aerial transfer bridge, and I'm not really familiar with the term transfer bridge, but this was the early 1900s.
That's because only a handful of them have ever been built. This was the first one ever built in the Western Hemisphere, and you can see that now. There was a gondola car suspended that traveled back and forth, ferried people and cars and wagons back and forth from 1905 to 1929. And it was a remarkable bridge, and it got all sorts of attention. Duluth, it was a tourist attraction just like our bridge is today, back in the day. But by 1929, there were so many automobiles in Duluth that there weren't in 1905, right? That there wasn't enough time in the day to get all the people and goods back and forth across the bridge that needed to. Back and forth across the bridge, right? Because it could only hold so many people or goods, and it only went back and forth. It took a minute to go back and forth, all these little things. So in 1929, they had to come up with a different idea to make the bridge work and handle the road traffic and the streetcars and everything that had developed since the bridge had first been put in place. So what you have here is a transfer bridge in 1929 that's been converted into a lift bridge. So it's two bridges in one as it stands. You can see here in this photo here, the extra long towers, they're lifting the original lift span up higher, so that when the lift span lifts, it's 135 feet in the air, and the big ships can go underneath it, and the big ore boats, like this one here, right? So that's the bottom of that lift span right now is 135 feet above the water, and you can see that top span is a leftover from the transfer bridge. If you've been to Stillwater and seen the Stillwater lift bridge or any other lift bridge, you know that no lift bridge in the world other than Duluth has that top span. And we left it in place in 1929, not because it helps the bridge work, but because it carries water and sewage and electricity and communication lines back and forth across the canal. So it has so this is what makes Duluth's bridge the most iconic and unique lift bridge in the world.
So when a ship's coming in, do they radio to the bridge and say we're coming in, and they say yep, and we'll raise it up and we'll get you in here in 20 minutes?
Exactly.
Or how does that...
There's a communication system. They're well aware. It's scheduled. They can see the boats coming in on radar. In the old days, it used to be with just the horns. And if you're in Duluth and a vessel passes underneath the bridge, you usually hear that 3 toots, a long and then 2 short toots, and then the bridge responds with the same call. That's the ship captain or the boat captain saying, thanks for lifting the bridge, and the bridge operator saying, no problem, have a nice day, and moving on with it. So it's just, that's a little leftover of the communications before today's, modern communications.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tony, I mean, the information is really, really interesting, but some of those images in your book too, I mean, that one we just saw with the bridge and the kind of like the blue hues to it, I mean, are absolutely visually stunning.
Thank you. Those are from Dennis O'Hara of Northern Images here in Duluth. He's a fantastic photographer. There's over a dozen of his photos in the book, plus 100 historic photos, everything from how the canal was built to how each bridge was built, and the life of the bridge, the incidents and accidents surrounding it, and it's just the full life of the bridge.
Tony, this has been a fun conversation. Thanks for your time.
Thanks for having me. And when you come up to Duluth and you get on that pier, take a close look, and you're looking at 2 bridges in one.
Very cool. We'll post a link to purchase his book all about Duluth's Lift Bridge on MinnesotaLive.com.